Wonderful. So let's begin. Welcome everyone to No Wallet Demo 20s. It's kind of our second anniversary, if you can say so. And today we have lots of stuff to review, which are considerably in work in progress currently. So we're going to discuss the Ledger integration, which should be released somewhere in the September. And we're also going to cover community requested features, which should be really released on the next week. And then we're going to see some highlights for the Nova as a project and review the roadmap. So let's begin. Before we start, and let's give like a minute for others to join, feel free to scan the QR code and visit the link with all the social links and community groups to join the Nova. And let's start with the Ledger integration. So Ledger pretty much falls down in our security roadmap, which you can see on the screen. We have released the watch-only wallets, which allow you to add any wallet by just entering the address to Nova and get access to all the portfolio features on your mobile. We also released the party sign integration, which can be considered as the most powerful and advanced hardware wallet for the Polkadot ecosystem. And now, according to this roadmap, we are working on the Ledger integration, which can be considered as the most popular hardware wallet, right? Which also supports several of the Polkadot ecosystem networks. In addition to this, you can also find more security-focused features like a multi-SIGs, light client, UX UI improvements dedicated to the security direction, and also security audit of the code base of Nova. So let's proceed further. So Ledger integration status. So what has been done so far and what we are doing for this integration. So we have added, and sorry for the typo, actually, hold on, let me just quickly fix this on the slides. So we have added the new wallet type called Ledger, right? Like we did for the watch-only wallets and the party signer integrated wallets. So now you will have also the Ledger wallets. And for some reason, the Google Slides are not working now, right? So you would be able to see the new category and all the wallets which you have paired with the Ledger as a new and a separate category for you to better manage your wallets. So that's done. The second thing which is done is the pairing, and we're actually going to walk through the pairing today on the demo. So we'll see how it will work once we release this. And the third one is the managing Ledger wallet. So you can add more accounts to your Ledger. You can basically remove the Ledger paired wallet from Nova. And of course, you can add more Ledger wallets to Nova. What currently is in progress is basically the signing. So it can be considered to be not as advanced as a party signer signing because Ledger has the constraints of the Ledger apps to support only certain operations, which actually provides us the guidance for the next feature, which is error handling and the troubleshooting. So our goal would be for the Ledger integration to provide the convenient and user-friendly interface for a user to understand what's available with the Ledger and what's not, because technically the Ledger app controls everything what you can sign or not to sign on the Polkadot or any other network in the ecosystem. So that's the current status. As I mentioned before, the projected release date is 15th of September, and we're going to have the full walkthrough on the next demo in 2 weeks. So let's switch to the device, actually, and let's see how this works in the live. Let me start the screen sharing of the iOS device. And by the way, if there are any questions regarding the Ledger or Nova updates, feel free to ask them in the chat while we're doing this transition. And let me share the iOS device screen. Interesting. Interesting. Zoom doesn't allow me to do the screen sharing for some reason. Folks from Momentum probably can see it, but it's just a loop of asking me to install the plugin for iPhone and iPad. So let me just try it one more time. Oh, now it's working. All right. So give me a second. All right, so now you should be able to see the iOS device screen, and sorry for the delay. So can you confirm it, please? Probably on the both sides, Momentum and the Zoom. Let me check. All right, so let's do the pairing first. And give me a second. The ledger requires to enter the PIN to be active, and we will start. All right, so let me find the screen. Yes. All right, so the ledger integration. So now we go to the wallet section in the settings and we press the add wallet. And previously it's kind of the same as a party signer integration, because it requires you to basically add or connect the hardware wallet with the Nova, right? So let's tap the button now. And now we have two options, the party signer one and the Ledger Nano X one. So party signer was covered on the previous demo. So let's see what we have for the Ledger Nano X. We have a short tutorial, I would say, basically trying to help user to do the pairing, right? So the bottom line is to enable Bluetooth on your device, which is running the Nova, right? And the second thing is to actually select the right account on the ledger during the pairing. So let's see how it works. So the ledger pairing is a bit different comparing with the party signer one. So if you remember, the party signer just scanning one QR code and then deriving all the accounts for all the networks, right? But for ledger, you actually have to do one by one. So one by one, you need to kind of pair your wallets from ledger with the Novus one. So we try to do the similar user interface like a shopping cart, I would say, right? So let's try to pair the Polkadot account. For that, you can see the text which is saying that you need to open on your ledger the application of the Polkadot and make sure that the app is installed. So let's try to tap on the Polkadot one, and then we actually searching for any Bluetooth devices, and to be specific, like the ledger devices. And now you can see the list of all available ledger devices around myself, right? So we have that one, which is mine. So let's try to connect to it. Now, what is happening is that the ledger, the one that I have here, let me show it on the screen, is actually returned us already an account, right? But what we can do in addition to this, we can allow more accounts. And like under the hood, what it's doing, it's the ledger generating new accounts for us to be used. So under the hood, that's actually the same mnemonic passphrase, but new derivation path. So we can make as much as we want them, right? But mine one from the ledger is the first one with some dot balances, and we display the dot balances on this screen just to help user to not only like verify using the address, but also to see the user's account by the balance. So let's tap on the first one. And now what I have to do, I have to verify the address in the ledger device. So on the ledger, on this small screen, I have exact same address that I just tapped on the Nova. So I will agree and approve this, right? And now we see that we basically paired the Polkadot and just Polkadot account right now from my ledger with the Nova. So we can press done here, or we can also pair the Kusama one from the ledger, right? So for that, I need to, one more time, open the relative application on the ledger, which is Kusama for this case. And then I need to tap here during the onboarding or pairing the Kusama network, right? Again, I need to select my ledger device and the same process. So now ledger returning us our accounts, right? And now we can see that using this balance feature in the list of the account, we can easily identify the right one, right? So I will select the first one. And once again, I need to review and confirm it on the ledger device. So I just did it. And now we can see that both of them are now paired with the Nova, and we can proceed with finalizing our ledger account. So couple of words here. Basically, the ledger has a limited number of supported networks from the Polkadot ecosystem. It's usually the third party which is doing the integration of certain network to the ledger. So they're creating these applications like a Polkadot, Kusama, but for the ledger, so that ledger can be used with these networks. Right now, it's around 10 of the networks supported. Like we have seen the Bifrost, we have seen the Aleph Zero, and we have seen a couple of more, right? So as soon as we will release this update with the ledger integration, you would be able to see all of them that you can already use with the ledger, right? And as soon as there will be more of them supported, we will just add it to this list. But now let's press done and let's name it. Let's name our paired wallet. Now, what we can see here, we can see that we actually have only those networks that we have been paired with Ledger, right? Comparing with like a regular wallets where you have access to all of these accounts, here you have access only to those which you actually have control of, right? So we just paired the Polkadot and Kusama, and that's why you can see only Polkadot and Kusama, and you can see that my option to hide zero balances is turned off. So that's basically all the accounts that I'm controlling right now with my ledger and that I paired with my ledger, right? We can also see the ledger icon on the top right. And if we will go to the settings and tap on the wallets, we'll have this category with the ledger, right? And if I will go to our details, you would be able to see this supporting text with the ledger, and also like a closer to the release, we will refine the screen to only include these networks that are supported by Ledger for users to add on top on their wallet new networks that are available in the Ledger side. So you will not see all the networks that Nova supports, but you will be able to connect only those which Ledger is supporting, right? So that's the current progress for the Ledger integration. Any questions so far? In 2 weeks from now, on the next demo, we'll do the like a walkthrough for the all features related to the Ledger integration, and we will also do the comparison, like the Ledger with the versus party signer, right? Like advantages and disadvantages of both. All right, so let's proceed further. Let me stop sharing the iOS screen and let me start sharing the slides. All right. Community requested features. So current progress for the all features in our current Kusama Treasury grant is the following. We almost completed all of them. So the only one which is currently in progress or to be like developed one is a View Wallet's total balance breakdown. So on the main screen, you would be able to see all your locked assets and all your transferable balance like on the top widget. But other than that, the currency feature is done, the total contributed is done, and the easy transfer between on wallets is being implemented and tested right now. So expect us to release these 3 features next week, right? And after the ledger, we'll find time to deliver the wallet's total balance breakdown one. So let's have a quick demo for these 3 community requested features, actually 2 of them. And let me share the screen again. All right, so you should see it. I think we briefly covered the select currency feature on the last time of the demo, but in the settings now you would be able to select the currency, and also your currently selected currency would be visible as a preview, right? And what's cool about that we not only support like a fiat currencies, all of them, right? But we also divide it in the three categories. So the fiat currencies, the popular currencies like USD or Euro, and also the cryptocurrency, which is kind of interesting one because you can select the dot and you can see the whole your portfolio value now in the dot, right? So it might be an interesting feature for some of the users, but we just, we were just curious about doing this. But of course, any other fiat currency like euros, I can easily select it and see. And also pay attention that the ratio percentages, like it changes, 24-hour changes, they are adapting to the selected currency. So notice for the Kusama and for the euros, it's 3.7%. But if I switch to the dot, it changes because this is showing you the relative performance of one token to another, right? So for the Kusama to either fiat currency or the cryptocurrency that we support, like a dot. But yeah, pretty much all of the fiat currencies are supported. If you will not find any that one that you would like to see, then let us know and we will see what we can do. But yeah, pretty much all of them are here and available. So that's for select currency feature. Yeah, for the sake of demo, let's select, for example, Philippine peso, right? It reminds a Fala logo. So that's the select currency feature, and the selected currency is actually everywhere now. So if I will go to the send feature, I will see everywhere now. You can see that the network fee is shown in the peso and the amount that I'm entering also in the peso. So that will be now changed everywhere across all the screens. Now, let's review the second feature, which is total contributed for the crowd loans. Let's select Kusama one, and now what we have here. We have the top widget like we have on the asset screen, or for example, the staking one with the your stake, which says your contribution amount like it was before, but also now you have a sum up of all your contributions and the fiat representation or value representation, right? And we can still go inside of the screen. And now we also have this widget with the total on top and the list of all your contributions. By the way, we changed the sorting. So now this list is sorted by the time left, right? Returns. So you will always see the next, the closest one to be returned on the top, and then by increasing the time. All right, so that's two features. And the third one, which is actually is not available for the demo, but you would be able to select one of your wallets on the send feature so that you can much easier and faster transfer your own tokens between your own accounts and wallets in Nova. So that's something that you can expect to be available next week. All right, so let's stop the iOS screen sharing and let's go back to the slides. And let's see the highlights. So we are planning to do the anniversary post somewhere in October, but here is what Nova is right now. So we have 57 plus networks supported, 172 tokens supported, and our recent achievement, which is actually the next slide, is 140 cross-chain channels supported, right? We also recently provided the party sign integration, which is like the most advanced hardware wallet for the Polkadot ecosystem. And pretty much now we can use party signer with any network or any DApp, right? We constantly adding new staking options in the Nova UI itself, right? So that it will be really convenient for you to do the staking operations for the different assets. The crowd loans, the Polkadot dApps, and also the compatibility with all the applications is what's shaping Nova today, and we are planning to grow further. All right, the roadmap. I think we skipped one slide, but anyways. So the roadmap pretty much remains the same. We are aiming to deliver the ledger integration and community requested features pretty much in next 2 weeks. So community request features should come in the next week, and the ledger integration should be released somewhere between like 15th September or so. Then we're planning to switch to the governance implementation, right? And we will be aiming the governance 2.0, which is the new model of the governance on the Polka and Kusama, right? So we are really curious how that will go. And then pretty much the roadmap can be updated one more time, because governance would be the last piece of our Kusama Treasury current proposal, right, or grant. And we are going to apply for the next one. So that being said, feel free to add your feature request to our Kenny, because that's the right time now to do so. And yes, here's our recent accomplishment or achievement, is that the Nova actually is now a leading application for the cross-chain transfers. So we support more than 140 cross-chain transfers right into the Nova, right? So this is the highest amount of such cross-chain transfers available in one app, which is great. So now you can transfer lots of tokens between lots of networks. And yeah, general view of the what's next in Nova Wallet. We are finalizing and completing the second Kusama Treasury grant, and we're in the process of applying to the new ones. So if you have any feature requests or suggestions, feel free to let us know and submit them using our kenny.io link. But that being said, that would be it from our side. Thank you everyone for participating, and see you in 2 weeks. Cheers.